Megan, thank you so much for hopping on. Well, this will be a podcast too, a short little podcast. Um, but you have been a member of Greater Purpose Health and Fitness for how long now?
Since September.
September. Okay, September 20, 2019?
2020.
2020. Okay. Yeah, I had to make sure I got that right. I mean, the years are starting to kind of just going together. No one can, if you're just listening, you can't see my hands, but I was doing a bunch of actions with my hands, everyone.
Yeah, 2020 feels like it was a fake year.
Yes. I just had my 31st birthday, but it feels like my 41st
Yeah.
birthday. But yeah, we want to hear a little bit about your journey with our gym and things that you found, goals you've hit, or just aspects that you think will be helpful to other people in starting their health and fitness journey. So, Megan, how did you discover Greater Purpose Health and Fitness?
I was looking for gyms and cameras, and I found Greater Purpose, and I had looked at their website a few times, and I was still looking at other gyms, and I had kind of some wonky experiences at other gyms and cameras. And so I knew there's a couple that I didn't want to go to, and then Greater Purpose had a good reputation, and like people always had good things to say about it, or just even the people if they had never gone but they knew people who go to CrossFit. And so I decided to do the free intro one day and met with Tom. And when I walked in, I was not expecting to know as many people as I did. So there's a class going on. And I had known a couple people in the class, and I knew Michaela.
Yeah.
And so that already made me feel more comfortable going into it. And I was kind of at the point I had been trying to convince myself to work at home for a year, which I was kind of doing, but it wasn't really amounting to anything.
Right.
And so I knew I needed to do something. And so I just decided to give Greater Purpose a shot, and here I am.
Well, we're really glad you did. And yeah, it's just about taking the first step of action and stepping that door to get the real feel of the community. I mean, right now we can't do that. We're starting one-on-ones again next week, but our members do a really good job of encompassing our brand in and out of the community of the gym too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone's super friendly. Even just after class, people were talking, and just as we were getting our shoes on, and everyone's like, "Yay, join CrossFit!" And I'm like, "Okay, I was not expecting this."
That's so good. So awesome. And if you guys don't know, CrossFit's our affiliate brand. So CrossFit Cameras is under Greater Purpose Health and Fitness. So we utilize the CrossFit methodology, which a lot of people are probably familiar with. But like Megan said, it's a different feel than what you might expect. I mean, we can search on the internet and you're going to get 20 different perspectives or what it might look like. So glad to hear you enjoyed it and are continuing to enjoy it. Were there any specific goals you had when you came into or when you joined the gym?
I basically was kind of at the point, like some of my clothes were fitting tighter than I was more comfortable with. So I was at the point where I either needed to go shopping or I needed to work out. And so I decided to join the gym.
Yeah.
So one of my goals is to fit into the size of pants lower that I'm currently in, that I have a lot of pants in that size. So my goal is to get back into those pants, and I'm getting closer.
Cool. It's the process, right?
Yeah.
So then on that journey to that specific goal, is there anything you have noticed in your day-to-day life that has been of benefit from working out at the gym?
One thing that I noticed right away, I had knee surgery 5 years ago now.
Okay.
And that knee was, like, I don't know if it was a muscle loss or just like fluid buildup or something, but like my knees did not look the same.
Okay.
And that kind of scared me. And then I think it was like 6 weeks after joining CrossFit that my knee was back to normal, and I was getting the strength back in that knee.
Cool.
And so that is really a good thing.
Yeah.
And just that I think that I feel more comfortable in my skin, and I work at a desk a lot. And so for me, exercising is important for the mental health aspect of it. And I just feel more mentally prepared and ready for stuff if I have exercise incorporated into my life.
Absolutely. And I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with that, being that their jobs might have shifted towards more desk work, myself included.
Mm-hmm.
So it's given you some more mental acuity or clarity in your job.
Yeah, and I think just like able to work out the stress a little bit
Yep.
instead of just having it sit in your body and not get out. And I think exercise really helps me with that. And yeah, I think just enables me to be a better person to people around me. And I tend to take on a lot of other people's stresses. And so exercise is a way for me to have an outlet to let that go.
I like that a lot. You can't pour into others' cups if you don't fill your own, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of feel good hormones associated with exercise that are there for a reason.
Mm-hmm. And you
What?
can't take care of other people if you don't take care of yourself. And so I was kind of
100%.
hitting that edge.
I love that a lot. And we are our most important investment, right? We need to invest in ourselves first.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can be more to other people and live more thriving lives.
Yeah.
I love it. What surprised you about Greater Purpose Health and Fitness, or the gym or the community, that you did not expect that made it better?
I was expecting it to be very intense because I think the stereotype of CrossFit people is that they're intense. And yes, the workouts can be intense, which is good, but the people are so friendly and encouraging and supportive that it kind of balances out the intenseness, and it's more like you challenge yourself and everybody's challenging you to be better, but also supporting you where you're at. So I wasn't expecting it to be so friendly, I don't think.
Well, I
And that's
like
not my typical gym experience.
right, and you're differentiating between the workout being intense and the people being supportive and friendly and encouraging.
Mhm.
um, which I get to be around the gym quite a bit when the doors are open. And that's why I've noticed too is once 3, 2, 1 go hits in the group class, like everyone's working on their own stuff. They're not paying attention to anyone else, right? They're hitting it with their intensity, their relative intensity. But after the workout's done or before, everyone's cheering each other on. And it's just supportive and a fun way to get healthy and fit.
Mhm. And I kind of thought it would be the same for everyone. But I did mostly personal training, which was good for me just because of my knee and I have some shoulder issues going on. So we were able to work on that specifically. Um, but it is also, even though you're in the group class, like you guys care about people individually as well. So like whatever you need to work on or whatever level you're at, it's not like you have to be going the same as somebody who's been there for 6 years kind of thing.
Yeah, I like that you noted the one-on-one, because we make sure everyone goes through a one-on-one process, right? Like we want to integrate you, get you used to the culture. And like you said, if you have specific, maybe little injuries or limitations, we might not find that in the group class setting.
Mhm.
So it's really important that we start everyone in the one-on-one setting.
Yeah, and the intro was really good too because I have never lifted weights before. Even when I was going to the gym, I still tended to do like a lot of body weight exercises. And so I had never used a bar. And so the intro classes were really good for me. And just for CrossFit lingo,
Yes.
there's a bit of that. And I was confused the first couple sessions, but you get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think this is going to be so encouraging to a lot of people. Um, so I'm going to kind of skip a question, go back to the other one, but you're kind of leading into it. So what would you tell someone thinking about joining our gym?
I think that you should give it a shot. You'll be surprised about how encouraging it is and how much better you feel. And that there really is no pressure, even after you do the intro classes. The workouts you still get, the coaches go through them every time before the workout. Everybody goes through them together as a group. So if you forget I don't know, I used to forget what an AMRAP meant all the time.
Yep.
and
We
they
all
go
do.
over that. Yeah, so you don't have to memorize any of the exercises. It's low pressure. They're there to help you at every session. So,
Fantastic. Yeah, supportive community and coaching team,
mhm.
100%. And that's, I'll go back to the other question. So how has the community, I mean, you touched on this a little bit, impacted your experience? And it's a little different because we're online right now. Um, but how has the community impacted you?
I think it's encouraged me to keep going, even when it's really hard, and having people to talk to about your workouts keeps you accountable, and it also just
Yeah.
encourages you. And if people are there for you, whether you're working out or not, um, it's a community at the gym and also outside of the gym, like you were saying. And those people, you just feel like they have your back.
Love it. Accountability, community, um, caring in and outside the gym for each other. And that's what I love about our members is it goes beyond the gym, right? Like people have
Mhm.
before COVID, they would go out for dinner together and talk for hours inside and outside of class, which is really cool to see. It's that
Mhm.
connecting piece.
And I think I'm a pretty people motivated person. Like the people aspect of anything is always kind of my favorite part or the most important part to me, which is cool to have that at a gym because before I would just go to the gym, do my workout, go home. Everybody has their headphones in, everybody's just doing their own thing, not really paying attention to each other. And to have the caring about each other aspect is really cool.
Yeah, that you're all in it. You're not zoned out and doing your own thing, right? That community aspect, like you said, is
Mhm.
very important, if not vital. Um, so you've had success working online to reach your fitness goals or to continue to progress to get there. Why have you found it to be this way?
Even though you're not at the gym, having somebody there to talk to you about how things are going and encouraging you in your workouts, once the gym is closed, it gets really difficult to just be working out at home again because obviously that wasn't working for me before. And so to have a coach to still be walking alongside you in your workouts and to keep you going, and even just to give you that little extra push when maybe one day you don't really feel like doing it. And um, it might be easier just to stay in your pajamas and not do anything. It's nice to have a coach there to push you.
100%. I found that out for myself too, right? Even I need coaches, and I've been in this industry for over a decade. So I think you hit the nail on the head there. So you've talked a little bit about our no sweat intro. So what did you find with that process itself?
Tom asked me about my goals, which I didn't think I had any specific ones in mind when I first went, but then it turns out I did.
Okay.
And it was just a good introduction into the gym and what greater purpose is about. And that it didn't really matter where I was at or what my goals were. You guys were able to help me with those.
And you mentioned there's a more of a process or more, I guess, bonuses that you get as being a part of a member. So you touched on the Facebook group. What has that been to you?
The Facebook group has been really cool, especially during COVID when the gym was shut down. It was a different way for members to communicate with each other. And then the coaches post like Momentum Mondays where everybody gets to say what they're working on for the week and like Get Outside Sundays. And there's a couple more. And then I joined the nutrition program.
Yeah.
So there's lots of recipes that go into there and theme nights. And we talk about like sleep. And it's just another avenue for us to all communicate together, especially when we can't be in the gym together, which has been really nice for me. And even if I don't necessarily post or not everybody posts, but it kind of is a reminder in the
Mm.
back of your mind. And yeah, I'm more likely to use Facebook, say, than email. And
Right.
so it's a good place for me to just be reminded of, to keep going and what I'm working on for the week. And yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Even when we are able to open back up, having that community, even if it's just sharing, people share funny videos or their successes, like Bright Spot Friday. We always post our bright spots of the week, which is a good way to create some optimism in maybe a more negative society as a whole. But you also mentioned something that I found kind of funny, is that when you first started, you wanted to hate it. You wanted to hate CrossFit.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of a skeptical person. Like, I like to question everything,
Yep.
and um, I I tried to hate it a little bit because I knew that once I got into it, it was gonna be a whole big thing for me. And I don't know, I just wanted to push away
Yeah.
from what I knew it was all gonna become. But the coaches and just everybody at the gym makes it really hard to hate. And it's so encouraging and supportive, and you just automatically want to be a part of it. And CrossFit actually worked, and I was seeing results faster than I thought I would.
Cool.
And I was like, okay, well, there's something to this.
Yeah.
And even at first, I still was kind of just eating whatever I wanted. And I was like, oh, I can come to CrossFit a couple times a week and eat whatever I want, and I'm still improving myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was one workout that I felt like I was going to pass out.
Okay.
And it wasn't even that hard of a workout, and we hadn't gone that far into it. But that's when I realized I haven't been eating the right amount of certain things
Mm-hmm.
to have a good workout.
Yep.
And I'm kind of iron deficient at the best of times.
Right.
And so for me to add in the amount of workouts I was adding in without adding in the right amount of protein and iron was starting to kill me.
Mm.
So then I joined the nutrition program just so I can get a handle on that more, because I've always been an eat to live person, not a live to eat. So
Right.
I could really do without it if I had to, or I just would pick sustenance of any kind
Yep.
just because I knew I needed to eat something, but I didn't really care what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I kind of knew that if I started working out, I was going to start working on all this other stuff. And then when that workout hit me, I knew that I had to change my nutrition if I was going to keep doing this. And then it's also made me go to physio for my shoulder,
Nice.
so for me, joining cross or Greater Purpose Health and Fitness has been kind of a journey back to health all the way around for me, which is a lot of work and it's an investment, but it's good.
It's a good
And
investment.
I feel a lot better. And yeah, I would not go back to how I was 6 months ago.
I think this is an amazing testimony. And yeah, you touched on it. It's not going to be easy, but we're never promised easy, right?
Mm,
The process and that growth. And like you mentioned, I think it's really important and really beneficial to do both nutrition and fitness together. Um, we have found that to expedite and accelerate people towards their goals and that holistic health and fitness as well, right? Like if we look at it like a flywheel, there's 5 aspects: purpose, connection, physical, mental, spiritual, and purpose. I think I said that already, or physical, I missed that one. Um, but yeah, if you can combine them together, that's going to help you move faster. And that's
mhm.
what you're saying, is that once you combine the nutrition on top of it, it made a huge difference.
Yeah. And I think I'm pretty stubborn. So I would challenge people, if you think you're going to hate CrossFit,
Yeah.
I doubt that you can at Greater Purpose Health and Fitness.
Well, I'm going to use that as a slogan somewhere. I got to write that down.
Yeah, it's really just a good, encouraging place to be. And it is an investment, but like you say, an investment into yourself. And there's really no better investment to make, especially right now.
Health is wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
100%. Yeah, it's huge. And yeah, like you said, especially right now,
Mm,
we need to build up our immune system. And then, because we don't know what the future holds, right? Right. We're
exactly.
building ourselves up for the unknowns of tomorrow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy. I wouldn't say that it has been easy at all, but having supportive people around you make it easy and make it worth it. And it kind of spills over into the rest of the aspects of your life and in and out of the gym. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think you said that really well, because it's hard to explain that everything is intertwined. You're unhealthy in one area, it's going to affect other areas of your life. If you get healthier in the same area, it's going to impact the other areas in a positive manner.
Hmm. Yeah. It
Cool.
all goes together.
Absolutely. Holistic health and fitness. That's what it means to us, right? Um, Megan, thank you so much for your time. And hopefully, the goal is to impact one person. It doesn't have to be hundreds and hundreds, but if we can have helped one person with this little podcast episode, I think that's a success.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So hopefully see you in the gym soon. Appreciate your time. We'll talk more.